IO Interactive joins the Switch 2 launch party with Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition, but does it take advantage of the new console's quirks, or is it just a straight port? Let's explore the ups and downs of Agent 47's foray onto Nintendo's newest console. So, to the chagrin of many, one of those Nintendo exclusive quirks that Hitman openly engaged with is game keycards. That's right, Hitman Signature Edition is a physical game keycard, meaning the data isn't fully on the cartridge and must be downloaded online. It joins a growing list of physical in-name only game keycard Switch 2 games. That alone may disappoint collectors, but it's especially frustrating given the game's hefty 61GB install size, currently the second largest on Switch 2 behind Split Fiction. Despite its compromise as a game keycard game, the Hitman Signature Edition fails to utilize many of Switch 2's more positive features. Mouse controls in a third-person game about perfectly aimed assassination? Who needs it? Apparently not the Switch 2 version of Hitman World of Assassination. Yes, that's right, there's no functionality with the Joy-Con 2's mouse control mode in Signature Edition. You have to rely on the good old analog stick for all of your silent takedowns and sniper rifle shots. But mouse aiming isn't the only Switch 2 quirk completely abandoned by Hitman Signature Edition. Gyro aiming gets ignored as well as touchscreen control. I'm still wary of using styluses or my own grimy fingers on the Switch 2 screen personally, but the function could have added a cool slick way to access menus and equipment with the swipe of a wrist. As for the control options actually present in the game, they work well enough. Using the Joy-Cons detached feels more ergonomic than the Switch 1 Joy-Cons due to the larger surface area and more responsive left-right triggers. Attaching the Joy-Con 2s to the grip suits the more tense situations you get up to in Hitman thanks to the magnets locking onto the grip rather tightly. And of course, handheld feels similar to the grip attachments. I did miss the opportunity to use more accurate mouse controls for gun aiming, but the slightly improved Joy-Con 2 thumbsticks provide solid sensitivity to match the player's own style and comfort. And thankfully, there are indeed aiming sensitivity adjustments and control rebinding in the game's menus. But a stealth game is more than just aiming, of course. It's about keen audio senses. In this arena, the Switch 2 perfects the kind of subtle directional audio needed for a Hitman game. Nintendo's touted 3D directional audio is bold and quite noticeable here. Even to someone used to the PS5's 3D audio and the like, the Switch 2's audio really stands out. You can clearly hear sounds from every direction, lending Agent 47 the ideal soundscape to plan a route and strike. The Switch 2's 3D audio is a marked improvement to the Switch 1, and it's equally impressive whether docked or in handheld mode. That's a running theme with my experience with this game, by the way. The handheld mode just particularly wows me. The game takes a knock from the docked mode's 1080 resolution down to 720 in handheld, sure, but man, do the texturing, colors, and sheer detail look wonderful nonetheless here. This is thanks to the much larger HDR handheld screen, which allows for PS4 Pro tier reflections and shadows. Docked mode still looks slick with its 4K capability, but the absence of ray tracing puts it behind other versions of Hitman World of Assassination. Handheld mode even manages to win me over regarding frame rate. While handheld mode limits the frames just as much, or even more so than docked, it does feature variable refresh rate on the Switch 2's HDR screen. As Nintendo clarified, they don't support VRR while docked to a TV, meaning frame stutter is more apparent and inconsistent on external screens. I don't even mind that Hitman doesn't stay at a stable 60 FPS on Switch 2, but the persistent micro stutter on my TV just makes me want to exclusively play it in handheld mode where that issue isn't actually present and doesn't exist. Finally, the game did crash twice on me, once during the ICA tutorial in Hitman 1 and another in the first mission of Hitman 3. Given my long play sessions, 2 crashes isn't really too bad, but it's still worth pointing out nonetheless. As far as the quantity of a game you're getting here, it's quite the complete package. 2016 marked a reboot of the Hitman formula with the excellent Hitman 1. That game was the start of a trilogy that would end up under the inclusive World of Assassination moniker. And of course, as the name implies, Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition includes the reboot trilogy in full. Unfortunately though, cross-progression is absent even if your IOI account is linked, making it impossible to carry over your save data from other platforms to the Switch 2. With a game so steeped in player progression, having to start anew is a tough sell for players already enjoying the game on other platforms.
This is no ordinary contract, 47. Caruso's virus is a serious threat to our craft and trade, not to mention our core ideals. So failure is not an option. I'll leave you to prepare.
I'm also seeing a save file issue that players seem to be experiencing, namely that previously saved online files can't be accessed offline. Well, as of this morning, I can load up a previously online save file of the game and continue it while offline. A day one patch may have remedied that incongruency, but I'm not entirely sure. All of the main campaign missions from the trilogy are fully playable offline. However, as many fans are aware, World of Assassination operates with elements of a sort of live service model. If you're playing strictly offline, you'll miss out on the hundreds of mission challenges and side activities tied to the online features. There was a faint hope that the added portability and Nintendo's brand strength might convince the developers to enable offline access for these modes, but no such luck here. It's a bit of a letdown, especially when using the handheld in areas with unreliable internet. So now that we're done talking about Switch-specific and online stuff, let's get to the bloody heart of Hitman World of Assassination, those expertly crafted sandbox missions. The formula places you in the shoes of Agent 47, tasked with eliminating targets through stealth, subterfuge, and all manner of creative wackiness. Missions take place in some intricate, gorgeous locations, sporting an open-ended sandbox nature that I've come to love. Players are encouraged to experiment with disguises, eavesdrop for vital intel, and explore a variety of ways to approach an assassination. Hitman has never been a run-and-gun action-packed game. Rather, success depends on careful observation and decent stealth instincts. Whether you're rigging a robotic security system to backfire on a tech CEO's demonstration, or staging a fatal accident involving a loose chandelier, the thrill lies in executing a hit with style and subtlety. And of course, Hitman is known for its immense replayability, which perfectly suits handheld players for drop-in, drop-out sessions. As players level up a location's mastery, they unlock new tools, outfits, starting positions, and story paths. Mission stories, a form of guided narrative within each level, allow for dynamic interactions and branching possibilities. Dozens of variations exist within each map, letting you shape events to your liking, even if the overarching plot remains linear. Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition on Switch 2 delivers an expansive and rewarding stealth sandbox experience for handheld or docked play. It runs reasonably well and offers impressive content value. I just wish VRR functioned while docked because man, that stutter sure is noticeable even to my untrained eye. The big bummer for Nintendo heads will be the complete absence of Switch-specific quirks, such as mouse controls and gyro aiming. Still, it's a competent port of an excellent game, and worth a purchase considering its high price point on other platforms and smooth Switch 2 portability. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.